This is Business Monday at the Urban Farmhouse. I'm Craig Forbes with Alpha Omega Wealth Management in Richmond, Virginia. And with me today is Mike Feller. Mike's the president of 3 Feller's Bakery in Goochland, Virginia. And we're at the Urban Farmhouse in Chaco Slip in downtown Virginia. Mike, first question for today. You gotta love the name you guys chose for your bakery. So if you don't mind, tell our viewers, how did you come up with that name? And when did your bakery actually get started?
Well, I'd love to take credit for the name, but it was actually my mother. My mother is responsible for the name, and she actually named it after her 3 sons. I've got 2 younger brothers, so she named it after 3 of us, but it's something we certainly get comments about quite often. She started the business back in 2007. She was recently diagnosed at the time with Celiac Disease, started cooking and baking out of necessity, and it sort of evolved into the business.
Wow, back in 2007. So, you mentioned celiac disease. It's clear your bakery's a little different. You guys have a different focus. How did your team decide to go down what I call the yellow brick road that you're on?
Sure. So, like I said, Craig, it started out of my mother baking a lot out of necessity, involving eventually into a wholesale business. And really today, we service that channel primarily. Within the wholesale route, we have our retail side of the business, to where we serve customers like Whole Foods, Kroger, Ellwood Thompson here in town, Earth Fare, and other natural organic markets. On the food service side, we also service a lot of hotels, restaurants now through working with our distributors. Today we're a little different also, I think, from a competitive advantage point. We've really built the business around quality. First and foremost, we use the finest all natural ingredients. Second, we're fully certified by the National Gluten Intolerance Group of North
remind
America.
everybody, Mike, you guys specialize in what kind of food specifically?
We focus primarily on allergy-free, specifically gluten-free items.
Gluten-free items.
So we do a lot of gluten-free baking, baked goods, and desserts.
Right. So, Mike, you mentioned organic foods, organic bakeries, organic distributors. It seems like organic is the hottest trend in food today by far. You just look at the number of organic grocery stores in the U.S. and in this region. Nationally, we've got Whole Foods. You've got Fresh Market. Locally, we've got Ellwood Thompson's, which has been here for many years, has really gotten hot. You've also got the Urban Farmhouse, where we are today, that focuses on urban fresh foods and organic foods if possible. So tell us, Mike, are gluten-free products specifically considered organic? And is the trend towards more gluten-free products just as hot as the organic craze seems to be in this country today?
Sure. We're not necessarily, being gluten-free doesn't necessarily mean you're organic. It's something where we actually have not reached out and gotten that certification to date. It is, I think, something that would be a good fit for us. So that's certainly in our plans, I think, going forward. I'm not 100% sure, how organic necessarily compares to gluten-free right now in terms of the overall trend. But the gluten-free market is very hot right now. Over the last 3 to 5 years, it's experienced around 25 to 30% compound annual growth, and the prospects going forward look just as attractive. So it's certainly a very hot trend right now at the moment.
Wow. So that business is hot, organic's hot. Your business has absolutely taken off. Tell us in how many states you guys actually distribute today, and give us a perspective, without giving away any proprietary information,
Sure.
of just how fast you guys have grown.
Currently, we're in 13 states. This year alone, we have essentially quadrupled in size. And next year, the prospects and sort of what we're targeting, we're certainly targeting a similar growth pattern for next year.
Do you even have any competition locally, or perhaps nationally at all, that are distributing as many gluten-free products as you guys are distributing?
Well, the interesting thing is, now that the market is growing, you certainly see increased competition. The gluten-free market is interesting because you have a few larger players that are, have a national presence. And on the flip side of it, you have a lot of smaller businesses that compete in their local markets. I think you'll find us somewhere in the middle. We've got a regional presence now, and certainly being a wholesale business, we're servicing, like I mentioned before, 13 states. And so the competition is certainly growing, but I think that we're positioned pretty well to be able to handle the increased entries into the market.
That's fantastic. And I assume in the local area you can find your products at a variety of places?
Yeah, that's the exciting thing for us, is that as we continue to grow and partner with new distributors, it constantly is opening up doors for us to work with other local businesses here in the community, and it's certainly a very exciting time for us.
So before we sign off, Mike, how many employees do you have?
We currently have 7. We're certainly we're on pace to grow. I think we're probably in the next 2 months or so going to come close to doubling that pretty soon.
That's fantastic. Well, folks, this has been another interview, Monday Business at the Urban Farmhouse with Mike Feller of Three Fellers Bakery. And again, I'm Craig Forbes of Alpha Omega Wealth Management, signing off.